nutshell, but not limited to that. Then that those things that I mentioned, like innovative operations, digital operations, empowerment, sustainable operations, investment operations, primitive operations, ne? Uh, I'm now starting to run out of time. I have only 13 minutes to finish this thing, but I'm almost done though. Then those 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 categories, ne? I've created Q1 and Q2 and Q3, right? Indicating which ones will have to be done by which date, right? Because if you're gonna write a goal down and not indicate when are you supposed to achieve it, you're almost likely not gonna do it, right? Because if your goal doesn't have a target date, how are you gonna get pushed to achieve that, right? So then AustinOrish goals do have a target date. So Q1, which is fully established by the end of or by the 30th of March 2026, which means that by the 30th of March these things should be done, which is innovative operations and digital operations. These ones, they should be done, they should be fully established by 30th of March. Would this include 3D, AustinOrish 3D, AustinOrish Gaming, AustinOrish Downtown, AustinOrish courses, podcasts, solo? They should be as well established by the 30th of March 2026, right? Yeah, it's kind of a work, but I will have to do that. Q2, so empowerment and sustainable operations, they should be well established by the 30th of June, right? Which is the end of the second quarter of 2026. Then investment operations and primitive operations. I didn't mention primitive operations. These are operations that are based on what? That are based on just doing business, no fancy things, no technology, no digital, no whatsoever, right? That's why it's just supermarket, braai, for hire, boutique, super build, academy, precast and fries, right? So then these ones, they should be done by the end of 30th of by the end of Q3, right, which is third quarter of 2026, right, which is the 30th of September, right? Therefore, then there is also objectives, right? So objectives here is that these are objective, independent or individual objective things that I or AustinOrish have to achieve in Q1, right? Which is renovation of the modular room. Renovation of the modular room is the room that I'm at. The modular room, this room that I'm at, it's called modular room, right? It's the room that in the meantime do podcast in, I teach from, whatsoever. So I just change it based on what I want to do. So I have to renovate this room. I don't know. I don't want to promote something that I will do because I have footage of me setting up this room from the first place. So over time, maybe if it kicks in my mind, I will show you, right? Then, and renovation of the utility room. The utility room is where I store things that are not being used at a time, right? So it has to be renovated as well. Then I also have to buy, you heard me, I said I'm shooting on the phone, from the phone. So I have to buy a Canon EOS M50 Mark II, right? I consulted with this camera guy. He told me that this is the best camera to get for this kind of shooting, right? Then I also need to get that Toyota Vitz, right? That small car, right? Reason being that my budget is 150,000, right? So reason being that a big, I mentioned different cars up there, like oh, there on towing is gonna be VG33, like that Nissan hard body, right? Yeah, the I think that's a suitable vehicle for starting towing company, right, or towing business. So Vitz, the reason why I chose Vitz is because I want a small car. I used to drive this Quantum 10-seater. Yo, that thing is a petrol consumer. You understand? So now during one day when I was driving that vehicle, yo, I saw the importance of having a small car, because sometimes you just want to go to somewhere close for just for that, you see. But you find that you drive this big vehicle which is like just cost you for nothing, you understand? Because obviously when you have a big vehicle you have it for a reason, but that reason is not always there on each and every trip, you understand? Some trips don't even need that big vehicle you have, you see. If you have a big vehicle, you know what I'm talking about, right? If you don't have a vehicle yet, consider starting your life with a smaller vehicle. Take it from me. Very small. Get the very small vehicle. You'll be able to move around for free. Understand? But if you want to make your life difficult, start with the biggest vehicle you can get, and then you will see that it's expensive just to move around, you see. So that's why I'm looking for Toyota Vitz. These are the cars I'll be having them, but primarily to just, because imagine going to Limpopo, then I go to Cape Town. Yeah, using SLWB, you high waste of money. So in Q1 also, I want to achieve this one, which is consolidated value of 300,000, right, rands in segregated and segmented bank interest savings. 300,000, right, which is more like 300,000 saved, right? Yeah, the reason being that uh, I want to pump up the runway, right? You remember what COVID did to businesses, right? So if you don't have a runway, like runway as in like emergency fund for all your businesses, you are even putting people on risk. People who are working for you, and even you and your family and everyone, you're putting them on risk, because what if things just go south, or what if we get another pandemic then, you see? So you need to have a sufficient runway, right? Not runaway, runway, right? Which is just fundamentally emergency fund or savings, right, in simple terms. So I need to up that to 300,000 in Q1, then also segregated and segmented 350,000 monthly recurring revenue in Q1, okay? Then segregated and segmented 350,000 monthly recurring followers, because somewhere somehow I want to be one of the most followed people in the world. Yo, yeah, I want to be one of the most followed people in the world. Maybe amongst top 30. Yeah. Amongst top 30. Right. So Q1 I want to reach 350,000 followers in total. Like all the accounts that I will be owning, in total they have to give me 350,000 followers. In the meantime, I think I have a total of about 15,000 followers. Yeah, and mainly from TikTok, because on this YouTube channel there is like